What's going on, guys? Lambo here, and this is kind of a warning to anybody downloading mods and maybe an educational video to those making mods. And this is not to attack the maker of this or anything like this, but this is very common, and I see, and it has to do with the file size of a mod. Now, a big argument that people say is, well, get better computer. Well, I'd have to say that I have a pretty damn good computer, and I have the FPS showing here, and I go from 60 frames to 53 when I look at this truck. And it's because a couple of reasons, but the big one I'm going to get into is file size. Okay, I'm talking huge. And, I mean, an armful of errors, but this is the big one right here, is the file size. Look at that, the shapes file, and I'm going to go in and show you guys exactly what it looks like inside of Giants Editor. This one truck alone is 412 megabytes. That's huge. Huge. This helicopter that I have, the S64, it sprays and all that, has like 2 mods in it, is this big. So each one's about 70 megabytes. Okay, that's like the biggest, and that's really the laziest one because I've just copy and pasted a lot of stuff, and there's extra textures in there. But a good mod that is freshly made and not just pieced together. 82 Studio, love you, David. But even his TLX Winterwolf, which is a sweet, all kinds of options, 57 megabytes. Something like my tow cart pack, which has a ton of 3D models in it, by the way. I might add, it's 17 megabytes. Okay, when we go into the i3D in here, it has 2 mods in it. And one of them is the winch, and then a custom-made, the tow cart I made for this. I don't know if you guys can see that bad boy right there. But it shouldn't be that big. So if you're downloading a mod and you see something that looks ridiculous like this, or that, don't download it. They need to do the next step that I'm going to show you. While you're in Giants Editor, click on your body. And this is if you've already exported it and it's absolutely ridiculous. You will go Export Selection. You'll go to here, and you will convert it to a OBJ. Wherever you want to do it, we're just going to randomly export it. Okay, next we're going to open it up in Blender. I'd love to open it up in Blender, but the file is so big that my computer's having issues exporting it. So we'll revisit this in about 20 minutes. Alright, it wasn't bad. It was only like maybe a minute and a half, but I got a really good computer, and I'll show you my specs later. Because when we go into the game, you clearly see the FPS drop there. And I've exported the model, and the model itself is 143 megabytes. We're going to import it. It's going to take a second to load in. I hit pause for like a minute, and I'm still trying to load it in. This is what the game is going through when it's trying to load your ridiculously large model in the game. Okay, so we got it in. Looks great. I mean, the model is fantastic, right? Well, we're just going to highlight it here. Oh, God, it's going to crash my computer. We should probably close the game. All right, now all those vertices. Holy moly. 2 options here if you want to go the easy route, because, wow, I cannot record and even edit this model. This guy must have waited forever to get it to load. Okay, hopefully unselect everything. There we go. Okay, so we're going to use L and start selecting chunks of it. And this is, I wouldn't even have downloaded this one. It's just way too big, and they edge split it. It's kind of lost at this point. But if you made this mod and you have the original Blender file, this will be a lot easier for you, since it all should already be chunked up and not edge split. But this makes it a hell of a lot harder. Oh, the frustration. You probably sat here for hours trying to work on this and just gave up. I think we almost got it. I want to at least show you how to extract a piece out, and it's going wicked slow. So I'm going to hit pause until I have this whole selected. Well, I think it's officially crashed its cookies on me. So what you do is select all this, hit Control P, and it'll split it by selection, and then it should be under 200 triangles. I'd love to rotate my screen and show you where, but it's froze. And then you export each one of those smaller objects into your mod. Okay, you can also use a little tool over here. I was going to try to show you. Holy cow, it's unfroze. Called Decimate. And Decimate, if used well, and before you put edge split or anything on it, it will reduce the polys in the mod. So you can see right here on this right side says faces 1.1 million, and we're going to go unsubdivide, and we're going to start turning some iterations on here. It's going to lag out on this again, of course. And I have reached my breaking point with even trying to show you this video. Don't use this big models. I don't care what your argument is. You have the best PC in the whole wide world. Let's look at my PC now. All right, I am running an Alienware Windows 10 11th Gen i9, 2.1 gigahertz, NVIDIA RTX 3080, 64 memory, 64. Okay, and 2 terabyte of SSD. Now, this is an expensive computer because I use it for work, and I'm still struggling. Oh, look, we got one iteration done there. You can kind of see the effects. What you'd want to do is, it took forever to do it, is separate all these out and then decimate each part. And then you have a substantially smaller model. You got to be careful around stuff like these, the wipers and stuff, because it'll just destroy the model. But bigger items like this, where it doesn't need to have that many vertices, you can easily do this. Now, I do want to say thank you, no harm meant, much love, and let's just be honest. I definitely am not one coming from the military. You don't bring up a problem, an issue, if you don't have a solution. So I tried to provide you with a video on how to fix your mods in the future. Maybe I know what the hell I'm saying, maybe I don't. Who knows? I'm sorry, but I am bringing it to you as best as I can, as honest as I can. And just so you know, the footage you're watching right now is from FS19, but I totally am bringing that stuff over. I'm totally open to a peaceful discussion in the comments below. Keep it positive or I'll remove you. That's what I like to keep on my channel. At the same time, hit that like and subscribe button, guys. I'm going to be bringing you some more videos here on tutorials. I just had to get this part over. Have a good evening. Much love.